For almost 6 years, I've been making videos and building a career as a creative on my own. Today, I run a media company called Kix Media. I manage a small team, run a podcast studio, I host my own podcast for creatives, and recently, I built and opened up my own photography studio. And this is the studio. It doesn't even feel real to say that I'm in here yet because the idea for this place actually came to me like over a year ago, and to be honest, when I first started planning this all out, I knew nothing about building out a photography studio. So the last 12 months for me has been a lot of planning, a lot of learning, a lot of money, but I think the story for this place is a video for another day because I've actually got a lot to do today. So plan is I'm just going to take you with me and try and film as much as I can so that you can see what a normal day in my life looks like. And I think it's a good idea because it'll give us a chance to get to know each other and it'll help me figure out how to make these videos going forward. So we've got to head out today to do a shoot with a client, and I will do my best to try and film as much of that as I can because that's what we do now. And then I'm bringing back some products to do some product photography here at the studio. That should be cool because I haven't done product photography in years. And then what else? We've got to do some editing. I know that's probably not the most exciting thing for everyone, but we've got to do it. And I'm actually here now because I've got a call booked in with a client who is organizing to do a shoot here in the studio next week. And that's exciting because this studio has been open for less than a week. And it's just cool to see that people are wanting to come in and use the space already. So hope you guys are ready for a big day. So we've just pulled up to Titan Fitness, and these guys have been a client of mine for almost 3 years. We do a lot of work together, and the podcast studio is located inside this gym. So yeah, I spend a lot of time here, and something that I've learned from working with these guys is that as a creative, whenever you find a client who you work well with, and more importantly, you work with people who trust you creatively, you do whatever you can to keep those guys around. These guys have been great to me. We work really well together, and basically whatever they want, they get. So today we've got a photo shoot lined up for a brand new supplement brand that they have literally just launched this week. We've got one of the girls coming in to help us out, and I'm just excited to show you guys around. So this is the podcast studio. I'm just in here quickly to set everything up because I've got someone coming in later today to use the space. And I've been managing this studio for over a year and a half now. And I think we've got about 6 or 7 clients now who rent this space out consistently to either record their own podcasts or record content or training videos for their own businesses. Damien, who works for me here at Kix, helps me with a lot of this work as well. And I quickly just wanted to show you guys around here because this is also a big part of what I do. I remember when I first got asked to take on this job, I was hesitant because podcasting was something that was way outside my comfort zone. Like, I'd never done a podcast before in my life. And I knew that if I was going to do a good job, I needed to have a better understanding of equipment, especially when it came to audio and microphones, even lighting. Like, I would have never called myself an expert on any of these things back then. But I knew that if I put myself in a position to learn, I would have had to force myself to develop these skills that I can then offer on top of all the other things that I was already doing. So yeah, I just think sometimes as a creative, when you're presented with opportunities, you've got to take them, even if you don't feel ready. But anyway, I've got Jazz outside waiting for me. We're about to do a shoot for Substance's pre-workout and electrolyte. We've put a mood board together. It looks like it's going to be a cool vibe, and I want to take you guys with me. So let's go.
New beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good karma is a must. Still my shooter in the cut. I was stuck inside a rut. Played the game, made bank, moved G. Anything to get a buck. You won't find me in the club. I'm in the lab trying to sharpen up the sword. Swinging blades at these scrubs. Bitches flock like bugs to the light. Getting right.
All right, I've brought the subs back to the studio to do some product photography, and this is a cool moment for me because it's been years since I've done any sort of product photography. Back in the day, I used to shoot sneakers, so it's just cool to me to be able to do this type of work again. For today's shoot, we're shooting Substance's chalk wafer flavored protein powder, as well as their raspberry flavored electrolyte. And in order to bring these flavors to life, I decided to get some real chocolate wafers, as well as some real raspberries to use as props. Damien, who works for me here at Kick, should be here soon. He's going to help me out with the shoot, so let's see how we go.
Hello.
In the house.
On video again.
How are you, bro?
Good. You?
Hey. Peekaboo, I just put them boogers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Cody game. Peekaboo, 762s, I make them blank. Peekaboo, pop it out, that's what I do. Right, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand. The type of skits I'm on, you wouldn't understand. Big dog business, I will not hold your hand.
Okay, I've got to spend the rest of the day editing because there are videos that clients are expecting today that I haven't even started. But yeah, this has been pretty much a normal day for me. Most days are just client calls, meetings, shooting content, and bouncing between here and the gym. And then I either try to spend the beginning of the day or the end of the day editing whatever needs to get sent out that day. Sometimes it feels weird that I've made all of this happen just because I've figured out how to use a camera. And honestly, none of this would have ever happened if I'd waited around until I felt like I was ready. Thinking back, when I first picked up a camera, I had no idea what I was doing. And even starting a business, I never felt like I had all the answers. Or filming and uploading this video to YouTube. This is something that I've been holding off for the longest time because I've never felt like I was ready. But I've realized that with every new thing that I've done, I've understood it so much better after I've started doing that thing. And then the more I do it, the easier it is for me to figure out what the next best step is. I don't know, I just think writing down goals and plans sometimes isn't the best way to go about things. I think if you've got an idea, the quicker you can take action on it, the quicker you're going to learn and the quicker you're going to build confidence in doing that thing. So, I don't know, I just think if you're unsure of what to do and you've got an idea, the best thing you can do is just start. So moving forward, that's what these videos are going to be. Just me showing up, trying my best to film my day-to-day and sharing what it's actually like to do this type of work. And not just the wins either, because trust me, there are days where you have to do things that suck as well. But that's a video for another day. Anyway, if you're still here, thanks for watching. There's so much more to come, so I'll see you in the next one.
Peekaboo, I just put them boogers in my chain. Peekaboo, 80 pointers like a Cody game. The type of shit I'm on, you wouldn't understand.